Hey you folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to a brand new Europa Universalis 4 series featuring the art of war. Now, since I have a multiplayer game going on with Northern Lion, Mathis, and Roomba that features Africa and India and Southeast Asia, I figured we might actually just go right back into playing a European nation and see what changes have been wrought there. In particular, the centers of reformation for the religion should be fun to see, as well as all the events relating to the 30 Years' War might be fun to experience. So, yeah, we'll go back and we'll play some Europe, and I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and be crazy. Let's play as the big blue blob, and by that, of course, I mean Sweden. Yes, we are going to play as Sweden. I have not actually played a true and proper game as Sweden before. Several patches ago, I did dabble with the start of it to see exactly how it goes. You know, how do you get your independence? Because, of course, as Sweden, you do start the game in a personal union under Denmark. You start as part of the Kalmar Union, and you know, of course, everyone knows what that is. The Kalmar Union, or Union of Kalmar, was a state that brought together the Scandinavian nations from 1397 to 1523. I mean, obviously everyone knows that. It was a personal union that joined under a single monarch the three kingdoms of Denmark, Sweden, then including Finland and Norway, together with Norway's overseas dependencies, then including Iceland, Greenland, and the Faroe Islands. The union was not... Yeah, all right. So, yes, there is a personal union that was put together potentially to counter some of the Germanic threats, and specifically the Hansa as well, which is fun considering we just completed a game as the Hansa. So, yes, we start off subject to Denmark, which means we cannot really do much in our own way of diplomacy. We can't start wars. Denmark gets to start wars, and we have to fight it, and so on and so forth. One of our earliest priorities, of course, will be the... Oh, right, they can teleport. Forgot about that. Rebels can teleport now. That is so exciting. One of our earliest priorities will be declaring independence, which we can do whenever we want by going to Denmark and say, I declare independence. Our goal will be to defend our capital. So Holstein and Norway will join against me. Now, there's a few different ways that you can deal with this and help improve the situation. First of all, if you can get naval dominance and just park a bunch of ships in the Øresund over here, then you don't have to worry about Denmark actually sending troops to you. Our priority is simply to hold our capital. We will get a ticking war score from there, but of course, if we can siege Holland, Skåne, I think that A with the O, the dot on top, is more of like an O-ish sound. So Skåne and Blekinge, I don't know, I'm not going to say any of these words correctly, so just deal with it. Then that'll help, and obviously if we can go around and do stuff in Norway as well. We will have to defeat the Norwegian army, but it's not as big as ours, so that's going to be fine. We could also get a few nations to potentially support our independence. What I'm going to do right away is I'm going to start and do a tour of our neighbors and see what our situation is. Novgorod doesn't like us particularly much. We might be able to get them to flip. I'm not sure. There's a... So where is it? Is it under alliance? Ask to support independence. Oh, they would do it! Oh, that's actually quite nice, actually. So if they accept to support our independence, then when we declare our war of independence, they will jump in on our side in that war. And it'll be nice to have a little bit of extra muscle. Sometimes Pomerania will join, maybe if we suck up to them. It depends. It depends on how the alliances go very early on in the game. Looks like no one else out of the box down here would support the independence. And yeah, we can't actually offer can't offer a true alliance anywhere either. Poland, no. Teutonic Order, Livonian Order. Novgorod is going to be fine, though. And actually, we can more or less do it on our own. Assuming Denmark doesn't get alliances that will help them in the war, we're going to be in pretty good shape. We'll go ahead and ask Novgorod right away. And then I'm thinking we might suck up to... I wonder about England. How close... No, they're already in a war, so they're not interested. What about Burgundy? Cannot reach Denmark. Well, maybe Pomerania. They're neutral towards me, and they have not a fantastic opinion, but if I just sit around and improve relations with Pomerania, they might jump in on my side. I'm going to go ahead and start improving relations over there, and we'll see about getting that started. Hopefully this recording's going okay. Yeah. All right. Next, what do we have to do? Well, we'll probably want to get our army together. Let's check our force limit. So right now we are near our manpower limit. Not quite there, and we have a force limit. We're just too shy of our force limit. We could even go above our force limit if we're willing to accept a few loans. We are a Christian tech, standard Western Christian technology, right? So we've got the normal 40% limit on our cavalry kind of thing. Or 50% limit, sorry, my bad, 50% limit, but I don't like to get quite that close. That being said, we could probably afford, so I've got 2 more to my force limit. I'll build 1 more Latin Knight and 1 more infantry, and then we'll call that pretty good. We may go over our force limit at some point, but what's much more of interest is our naval situation. What's worth noting is this is all inland sea, so galleys will fight better here. What is our naval force limit? 15 of 16 right now. We could disband our transports to free up some more room and just try to get more galleys. Because right now, Denmark has 3 lights, 8 galleys, and then Norway's got some as well. And it's very important for us to win that first naval engagement. So right away, I'm going to go ahead. I'll disband the transports. I don't think we're going to need to land on Gotland. It wouldn't be a bad thing to do that, but we'll disband it. It'll save us a few bucks, and I will go ahead and build up to my naval force limit in galleys. Galleys are cheap, they build fast. We're going to go ahead and try to get 6 of them. I guess I'll start building over here. Still will take half a year to build these, and I really, really want to have them before I go into the war. There we go. Now I'm broke. That will bring me up to my naval force limit. I might want to go above my naval force limit, just like I might want to go above my land force limit, but we're not quite there yet. I think I'm not going to get an advisor just to save money. If we do have a morale of armies guy, and discipline's not bad. We may go ahead and grab one of these before we jump into the war, just because it makes a pretty big difference. But really what we need to do is secure naval supremacy, and then use that to not have to worry about being attacked. We can take a decision. Religious unity. What is the religious situation? Lapland is shamanist. It will take 66 months to convert. Getting the free stability for prestige is pretty good. We are going to hopefully win this war, so it might not be too bad. We only need a 50. It's possible. We're not going to improve relations with Denmark. We're planning on declaring war with them. The reward for achieving religious unity is really nice. That's quite a few points. Maybe I'll go ahead and start that. It's a little bit risky to do some conversions when we're talking about doing war stuff, because we've got political unrest in Lapland, and you do get additional unrest when you have an active missionary, as we can see. In the meantime, while we're waiting, ooh, that is really high. There we go. I will move my stack of troops over here into Lapland. For every 1K of units, you decrease unrest by, I believe, 0.5%. So we'll take 2.5% off of Lapland's building. By the way, if you don't know, if you're new to Art of War, the new unrest system is actually incredibly cool. Whereas in the olden days, this might mean that like every month there's a certain percentage chance that rebels will just spontaneously appear over here. It was random, it was unpredictable. And even a province that had like a 1% chance could sometimes spawn stuff, and it was just annoying more than anything else. And it wasn't necessarily accurate. But now the way it works is this province, and in fact any province with unrest, has a certain percentage chance. Right now, Lapland's the only one, so the 7.5% there is factored in here. Every month, there's a 7.5% chance that the progress of a shamanist rebellion or uprising will progress by 5%. So 7.5 chance every month of increasing by 5%. If this meter here ever gets to 100%, no sooner, no less, it has nothing to do with like, that, you know, if this does tick and I get a 5% here, that 5% doesn't mean anything. As soon as we hit 100%, though, then there will be an uprising of rebels in all the provinces where shamanist zealots are a possibility. Now, if we mouse over here, we can actually see the next revolt is predicted to be in about 22.2 years. We're going to be done converting Lapland before then, but I'll still go ahead and move the troops over there, you know, just in case, especially if we go to war, if we get war exhaustion, different things like that, we might increase our unrest chance. So I think with that, we'll go ahead and pause it. We'll keep going at low speed for right now. There might be a few events. I'm going to give it some time. Novgorod will support our independence. Great. Now, that will free up a diplomat in 6 days, as we can see. I could go and improve relationships somewhere else as well. It might be handy, for example, to get the Teutonic Order on my side for this. How far away are they? Not that far. The other idea was I could improve relations in Novgorod and make sure to keep it nice and high so they don't randomly break it. But I'll go ahead and do the improvement over here and see what we can do. All right, let's kick up to speed 3. I was expecting a few more pop-ups, but looks like it's not going to come. Political unrest or provincial unrest, we're okay there. We don't have any military leaders, I don't think. Our army tradition is bad, our naval tradition is bad. We are going to want an admiral for our fleet, but it's going to be pretty poor. I would love to take the +1 stability. I wish that we had already gone up to +1. Because going up from 0 to +1 is relatively cheap, but going up from 1 to 2 has got a 50% penalty. So I really like to already be at 1 when I do this. I am going to go ahead and take the stability, though, as opposed to the papal influence. That being said, the papal influence is a lot more interesting now. If we go ahead and take a look at the papacy over here, this Holy See, what you can do is you can spend your papal influence to gain invested points towards the next cardinal or the next papal controller. You can see we don't invest in individual cardinals anymore. That system's gone away. You get less points overall, and there's a lot less button pushing. It's a lot less annoying. And it shows you how many cardinals different people have control, and what the chance of becoming the next courier controller because of reasons might be. But you don't only have to spend your papal influence to get points towards the next papal controller. Instead, what you can do is you can spend it for various buffs, like gaining 10 legitimacy. That's really cool because there was no way to gain legitimacy directly before. Gaining some money, which is based on your total income, so 30 ducats is not very much right now. It's probably not worthwhile. Decreased interest for 35 years of less interest on your debt. That is pretty potent and only costs 25 papal influence. So we might need to take out some loans early on in this war, so that's pretty handy, and so on and so forth. So you can spend 100 papal influence to get +1 stability, for example. So clearly, +1 stability is worth more than 20 papal influence. But, whatever. I don't know. I'll take the stability for now. Technically, it's saving me 100 admin power that maybe I'll get technology slightly faster, and that's never a bad thing. Let's go ahead and get our troops over here. We're going to keep building our navy up. Oh, I could have used the new navy quick builder, actually, to make life a little bit simpler that way, but... All right, we've moved in over here. Have we reached? We did reach Lapland, so we can see right away the unrest has indeed dropped. It's got -1.25. Oh, I did my math wrong. It's not half a point per. It's a quarter of a point per? Yeah, it's a quarter of a point less unrest per troop. I think it might have been a half a point less revolt risk per troop in the olden days. Or I'm just misremembering completely. And there's a cap. I think the best you can get is a -5. So I think at 20 troops, that's the most you can get. But I'm not moving any more troops over there because we're currently at our supply limit in this province. Well, we might be able to squeeze one more right now because it's summer, but I think in the winter it was at its cap. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a pause. We've got our navy up. Now, is it enough of a navy? Probably. We're going to have a lot more galleys, and that counts for a lot. Let's go ahead and roll our admiral. This costs 50 power. Oh, 2 and 2. That's actually much better than I expected, given our naval tradition. That's pretty good. Let's actually go ahead and move our troops back to the south again. We are also going to want to go ahead and sneak attack the Norwegian troops as quickly as possible. I think as soon as we declare independence, we actually will get a ruler. So we could potentially get a free leader. But I'll go ahead and try to roll 1 general. That's not bad! Now, in the olden days, I would have been quite upset about getting so much maneuver and less fire and shock. And this guy is certainly not great, but at an 8 army tradition, I'll take what I can get. What's cool now, though, about the maneuver is if your maneuver is higher than the opposing army's maneuver, you don't get river crossing penalties. So, for example, going into this Norwegian army over here, which actually has no leader, the fact that I have any pips in the maneuver, even 1 point would have been enough, I can attack into Akershus? I don't know. I listen, I'm going to apologize to everyone again. But I can't pronounce any of these names. So it means we won't get a -1 river crossing penalty, which is stupendously good. Very, very good. Any chance we can flip these guys? Oh, we are almost going to get a Teutons on our side. Pomerania, and we are sucking up to the Teutons. Yeah, Pomerania is a little further away. It's not going to happen with Pomerania. Not unless they change their neutral attitude towards me. Novgorod, still pretty good. Still neutral. Should jump in. I'm considering... Oh, I will need a... hold on. I'm going to stop improve relations over here. I will, of course, need a free diplomat to declare war. So, let's get into position. Let it tick over. We need the +1. Varmerland. Navy's arriving in Stockholm, so we've got to wait for all those pop-ups. Good. Why wouldn't you join? I mean, I could send him a bribe or something. Well, we'll just wait for a little bit more relationship boost. Our Navy's not fully healed anyway. Troops in foreign territory. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we'll get a little bit of attrition, but we can deal with that. Because I don't know if you can... Oh, actually, we won't. If you have an army selected and you mouse over a province, it'll tell you what the supply limit of the province is, and it will tell you what the weight will be with this army there. Now, it'll consider anything that's already there and the size of your current army. If you had another army moving there as well, it wouldn't take that into consideration. But otherwise, it's all there. So 13 galleys. Galleys will get a massive combat bonus here. I'm going to go ahead and move it into the Ore Sound right now. I didn't actually look at the various decisions that are possible as Sweden. Of course, one of the things we can do is form Scandinavia. We do need a lot of crap for that. And admin tech level 10. I suspect we will get there. We'll have all the territory we need before admin tech level 10. There we go. Ask sport independence. Blam. Excellent. Okay. You've arrived back. You could probably stop sucking up, but we'll have it keep going for now. We're going to move you into the Ore Sound. We might actually, if we pay attention, we might be able to sink a ship. What kind of allies you got going on? Oh, nothing. You haven't allied anyone new. Because sometimes they might go and grab Pomerania or something like that, and that's a lot more ships to worry about. Pomeranian fleet. Now, we do have to worry about a bit of the Norwegian fleet deciding to come in and join here and might beat up our fleet. But as long as we start winning the ground battles first, if we take out the Norwegian army and then park ourselves in Skåne, then they would get the big crossing. What is it called? The straight crossing penalty, which I think is a -2. And again, if they had a really good maneuver general, they'd be able to ignore that. But they have a maneuver of 2. We have a 3. So they won't actually be able to ignore that -2 crossing penalty. All right, you are in the Sound. Excellent. Just stay parked there. As soon... Actually, we might go now. You're going to arrive on the 31st. That's pretty close. I don't think I want to wait any longer, because I don't want to give Denmark a chance to get any alliances. I don't want my own supporters to go away. So, declare war. Defend... I have to defend the capital. Norway and Holstein will come in. On my side, Novgorod and Teutonic Order will come in. They don't have a choice. It's not. There's no X or check mark as if we had an alliance. If they're supporting the independence, they have no choice. It's very much like a coalition. I think this will work out just fine. What is this? That's a Hansa. All right. Declare war. Personal union with Denmark is dissolved. We're yet again masters of our own fate. So we did get a stability drop. I forgot about that. Oh wow, we actually went to -3. Seriously? We got our king, Gustav I, Adolf Speer. He's got 5 diplomacy, which is probably the least important of all the traits right now. That's a little bit disappointing. I'll go ahead and... This screen hasn't updated yet. That's interesting. I wonder, if I went and boosted it right now, would it put me to +1 or to -2? I'm assuming it would just put me to a -2. But just out of curiosity... Oh, wait, I'm looking at prestige. Okay. Thank God we only lost 1. All right. I'm fine, you guys. I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's good. We're at -3 prestige, not -3 stability. We just went from 1 to 0, which is more reasonable. The same thing you get when a king dies. All right, let's go ahead and shift-click over here. So you're still going to arrive in Varmland then, and then join in this battle. So he's going to show up a little bit later than the other guy, but that's okay. I think it's still worth making this move. Oh, what is this? Oh, there's a Norwegian fleet over there. Hold on. Let's go and engage this fleet and then come right back. It's a little bit of a risk. Actually, never mind. I didn't realize they were coming in here, so we actually are engaged. +2 fire. And he's not joining in with the rest of his fleet. You just stay parked there, my friend. Do a good job. Right, don't know where the Norwegian fleet is. How much damage did we take? We got a little bit of damage. I could detach the damaged ships and do a quick repair. I think what I'm only going to do, I'm just going to grab the one at 58%. I'm going to dock this one. That is not my land. I will dock over there. And then the rest of these guys, I will leave in 1 fleet. I don't want to weaken my fleet here too much. Right, I have a half-decent leader. Maneuver's very nice at sea as well. All right, we're going to catch these guys. Oh, they did get their full tick up to morale, which is a bit unfortunate. I do have enough money. Let's go ahead and grab the morale of armies bonus. the higher your base morale is in combat, the more morale damage you do. So not only do you have more hit points, basically, but you do more damage. So we are fighting in the hills, so there's a -1 there. But we didn't get the river crossing penalty because we have our higher maneuver, which is great. You are going to the Orsund. Can I engage you beforehand? No. So we're going to go there. You'll probably bring in the rest of your troops. So, oh, you have 3 heavies, Norway? What the hell? All right, we might actually get defeated over here. Hopefully we can finish this battle very quickly and then go and park ourselves in Skåne ASAP. All right, we won the land battle. Let's merge up and head down here. We have to stop them from crossing into our land. So yeah, they are engaging with everything. Right now, 3 heavies, 9 galleys. That's bad. Heavies are very powerful. We do have more galleys, and we are inland, but they have a lot more ships now. We're definitely going to lose this naval battle. Yeah, they're reinforcing a lot. Let's try to break as quickly as possible, not lose any war score at least. And I don't expect we're going to get down here in time. We'll try. Note 12. What's the landscape? Plains. That's unfortunate. Now, they will get a river crossing. 15, 16. We won't get there in time. No, this has gone poorly. Trying to navigate around here. You won't get a river crossing, but you can come at me with 3. Now, you're going to change your mind. But what if I do split, split, leave a stack of 3s behind. The rest of them I'll move over here. Nah, you'll do that. I want to try to get him to attack me with a worse off force. Regroup this. We didn't actually lose any ships, I don't think. I think we left in time. I'm going to let them repair, and we might be able to pick off small fleets. You know, like that. That might be a possibility depending on where he sends the rest of his ships. So he's going to arrive on the 6th of October. So on the 5th of October, I'm going to start moving south. Did the Teutons? Oh yeah, the Teutons are my team. Is that going to stop them? No, they're going to keep moving. Aren't they? Yes! Alright, is it the 5th? If I start moving now, the AI will not change their mind. They won't get the river crossing because we're attacking into them. But we're going to be reinforcing. We're going to crush their forces. Okay, so this is going to work out okay. The naval stuff didn't really. But that's alright. Bam. We're going to chase. He's probably going to actually go across the sound there, but that's alright. And we sort of want to park ourselves here to stop reinforcements, although I'm not sure how many are still going to come. I don't think I want to cross here. Although, again, if I have higher maneuver, I don't have to worry about the sound crossing. He's only got 4. No, let's cross. Let's cross into his capital and set up a blockade there. Oh, no, we don't have the ships. We don't have control over the sound, so he can stop us from moving back and forth. Let's go and shatter this army. So the Teutonic Order do have ships. I'm going to suggest that they can attach this unit if they would like. Good. Let's move back into Skåne over here and chase him into here if he moves. We're going to be fine. We're going to protect his ships here as he's doing naval landings. Ah, he's attacking. But we have massive numbers on our side. Look at this, we have 20 galleys. He doesn't have his heavies. Actually, 8 of his ships here are transport cogs. Were you actually transporting troops? No, I don't think so. Fleet, I think. Alright, I think we're going to sink these armies, or this navy completely. Looks like, no, Norway's just blockading over here. Boom. Stack wiped. So we can just park ourselves here. There's going to be a little bit of attrition, but that's okay. I think at this point, what I do is I split this stack and move half of them here. I'm going to leave a 4 stack with the general here to ensure that they will get the straight crossing penalty until I can get my ships in place. Good, and I can detach a siege and move a handful of troops over here into Bohuslen. Not a lot of troops there, but they should get reinforced relatively quickly. We haven't actually gone through that much manpower yet, which is kind of surprising. Hopefully you'll be okay. I could turn my military, my nation's leader into a military leader. Now, I could go repair my fleet. Yeah, we actually sank theirs. I don't think they're running. I think they've been sunk completely. We actually captured a transport. which probably puts me above my naval force limit. In fact, I'm 2 above my naval force limit. I captured a light ship as well. I'm going to disband this cog, because I can live without it. I'll stay above my naval force limit. Yeah, I mean, we're damaged, but not that damaged, and I really want to get into the Orsund. To block troops, actually, if I were to move into this place here, what is this? The store belt. After doing that, I can detach a siege into here. And actually start sieging his capital. Now, at this point, the question is, what do I need for my independence? What's the war score? Get independence is only 22% war score. We should be able to take our independence and then some. You're coming at me in Västergotland. And you will beat me there. Stay parked. I'm going to make my leader into a general, which is a little bit risky. Do I have an heir? I don't. Still, it should be okay. I suspect that will actually stop him from moving into me. Which may or may not get... No, it didn't. Okay, well then. I'm going to break that siege and jump in. Oh, I'll break this siege and jump in. I haven't made any real siege progress, so who cares? Excellent. And an actual stack wipe at that. So let's go back down there. Merge, split. Do I have a... No siege bonus. That's a shame. Let's go there, and... Oh, you can't move your morale's too low, but we'll wait until you recharge. Same thing here. We've got a fort level of what? Of 2, so I need 2,000 troops. So as soon as this gets one more tick of reinforcements, then we should be in great shape. I've got my fleet in the way here, so he can't actually move his troops. We've got a mini blockade, so it's a little less than ideal. Let me detach a blockade, move over here. Would like to get 100% blockade here to help with the actual sieges. We're also going to have to make sure to jump in on time to defend against any navy that might still be around. I don't know if we've defeated... No, we haven't defeated the Norwegian 3 heavies, which is a little bit scary. All right. Yeah, I definitely want to get Scone over here. This top priority. It's an excellent province. If we take a look at it, it's got... Oh, it's not a... Oh, never mind. It has a 6 tax base, was pretty good. I thought it was a big trade node. That's up trading by merchant republics or trade companies. There's some nice money there. That's probably the Hansa and stuff, right? No, is it just this one here? This one's here's got the sound toll, which is really, really, really valuable. Unfortunately, it is the Danish capital, so I won't be able to take it in this war. I may or may not want to split off Holstein as an independent nation and weaken Denmark. On the other hand, it will probably, that will strengthen Germanic things, because Germany will probably come in some fashion and claim that. And I do want to form Scandinavia, and my biggest challenge as Scandinavia will be Germany here and Russia here. So if I could actually support Novgorod against Muscovy, I might actually have a better time, because while eventually I want to take over this territory, probably, I definitely don't want to have to worry about Russia too much. Anyway, this episode's reaching the end. I did want to point out one more thing. I'm going to try to avoid doing any colonization in this game. Any colonization of both North America and sort of Africa, Asia, and that. So our trade will be a bit weaker, but we're going to be a bit more focused on just Europe itself, as opposed to deal with colonization and trade and stuff, just because that really dominated the game both as the Netherlands and as the Hansa, and it would be nice to just sort of be really local, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I hope you appreciate this episode, especially with a new series. It's very important. If you guys can like, favorite, and comment, really appreciate it, and tell everyone else. And if you've got any anything you would like to see me do, any plots and plans that you'd like to see me pursue in this game, please let me know. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.